Siamo nell'aula Tommaso Cannizzaro dell'Università di Messina, fondata nel 1548. Concludiamo adesso l'intervento del professore Campagna, che ci parlerà della realizzazione di questa fotosintesi artificiale, una luminosa prospettiva per il futuro.
Grazie. Ora, la fotosintesi adesso, turn to English. So the photosynthesis, artificial photosynthesis, is now closer to be possible thanks to the results in the last 15 years or 10 years. So essentially, now we know which type of system can be used as a attendance system, as charge separation device, and multi-electron transfer catalyst. The progress is testified also by the interest of the Department of Energy of the United States, that in 2005 started a sort of Manhattan project for solar energy utilization, and also had a European for this new...
Stop. Ho sbagliato.
Time is now mature for this new technology. Photochemical water splitting is what we are interested in. So light is absorbed by chromophores, and energy charge electron and charge pool is prepared, and then hydrogen is made and oxygen on the other side. In this way, solar energy is transformed in fuel. It means hydrogen. The most important thing, there's already a lot of progress in the other areas. The key step now is oxygen production from water. This is the key step at the moment limiting the artificial photosynthesis. There will be a lot of interest, a lot of project on water oxidation. Solar fuels is a project of USA at the national level, started in 2007. The MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology Initiative, started 2 years ago, and the Consortium for Artificial Photosynthesis started in Sweden some time ago, and then SolarH, SolarH2, they are European projects. Most of them are involved in this part. And in Italy also, it was created last year, the Centro Interuniversitario per la Conversione Chimica dell'Energia Solare, that means photosynthesis artificiale, based in 2009, and this consortium, the groups of University of Bologna, University of Messina, University of Ferrara take part, and other universities are thinking to join. So a lot of progress comes in the last years. These are catalysts. What it means, they're really a catalyst for artificial oxygen evolving system from using light. For last catalysts, there are iridium oxide nanoparticles. These ruthenium tetranuclear clusters stabilized by polo-metalate system, and the famous ruthenium dimer, blue dimer. A big progress in this research was made in 2008 in MIT by the group of Daniel Nocera. They prepared an artificial oxygen evolving catalyst, which is based on cobalt and phosphate. And this is similar in some way to the natural system which is made by manganese and calcium. This is self-assembly, self-repairing features, and also oxygen generation without overpotential. Another results were made in 2009 by the group of Tom Mallouk and Thomas Moore from Pennsylvania and Arizona State Universities. They prepared a system which is a photoelectrochemical cell with a catalyst, which is similar to the catalyst used in dye-sensitized solar cell, absorb light, inject electron on the dye-sensitized titanium oxide film, and then electron is produced, a charge passes, and on the platinum electrode, hydrogen is made, while the sensitizer is connected to the catalyst where oxygen is made. In this case, we have no real electronic flux, but what is obtained is sunlight conversion into hydrogen and oxygen. This is a scheme elaborated also in different parts of the world, including the Centro Universitario per la Fotosintesi Artificiale in Ferrara and Bologna and Messina. Essentially, this is a cell which can be also, of course, coupled to a different cell, a tandem cell version, where essentially the photocatalyst has the function to produce the electron charge, going to hydrogen producing, and oxygen is restored by the catalyst, so the cycle is closed. In this case, we have no electricity, but directly fuel. And a recent result was made in Messina, within the Centro Interuniversitario, in collaboration with the group of Marcella Bonchio at the University of Padova, where the molecular oxygen was produced by water oxidation using visible light with a quantum yield of 30%, which is quite high. For if you consider the natural photosynthesis works with a 2% of efficiency. Of course, this is a part of the problem. This part of the problem, the oxidation part of the problem, it should be coupled with the reduction part of the problem. But for sure, this is the main important part. This is the real key point. So, photochemical overall water splitting by using visible light is probably closer now. And consider that hydrogen is a quite concentrated form of energy. The problem is to make it with renewable energy. Sun is the best way. To supply the nowadays global energy demand, it has been calculated that will be enough to split the water contained in a half of an Olympic swimming pool per second. And once hydrogen is used, just water is formed again. So this is a scheme, but there's no time to go on with the scheme. Essentially, we can catch light here, and the light is used to produce hydrogen and oxygen, can be stored and used when you want. So essentially, artificial photosynthesis does not imply big infrastructures for the library. Any village or city could be independent by themselves. New factories could be easily installed also in areas of the world where electric pipelines and connections to general networks are not present. So providing cheap and sustainable energy for a 8 billion inhabitant Earth is the tallest ethical, cultural, scientific and technical challenge mankind is going to face in this century. There is no easy solution to replace fossil fuels. In the long term, only solar energy can solve the energy crisis at its roots. Solar energy is plentifully clean and safe. This rate at dilute compared to the conventional energy sources. And that's why the real long-term option is search for solar fuels. It means artificial photosynthesis. And solar energy exploitation can generate extraordinary opportunities to society as a whole. It is distributed around the world. It can give us the sense of limit. Energy transition will be long, of course, because still the infrastructure we have and the oil we have in the world is relatively cheap. So it will probably change the face of the world anyway. This energy transition changed the world as we know. A strong commitment to energy transition is mandatory for Europe, which owns just 1, 2, and 2% reserves of oil, gas, coal, respectively, and virtually no uranium reserves. So we can conclude that the science must be used for peace and not for the war, to eliminate poor people and not to keep privilege, and to reduce and not increase the differences between countries. And finally, I wish to close my talk with a sentence by Giacomo Chamichan, 1 year ago, which is a prophet of energy transition, made in a conference in New York. If our black and nervous civilization based on coal at the time, we can say on oil, shall be followed by quieter civilization based on the utilization of solar energy, that will not be harmful to the progress and to the human happiness.
Thank you.